Welcome, brothers, to another neural reprogramming session interview with Porn Reboot's neural reprogramming coach, Milan. Milan, good to see you again after the holidays.
Great to have you. Thank you.
Awesome. So, as you know, here at Elevated Recovery, we don't waste time with fluff. We're going to jump right into the stuff, the meat that's going to help you when it comes to controlling your out of control sexual behavior. Today, we're going to be talking about, actually, now that I think about it, one of my favorite topics, which is awareness. And for the brothers who are already going through our system, using our different tools and exercises, one of the things that they realize is that everything that we do in the porn reboot system leads you closer to awareness. When you're struggling with a compulsive sexual behavior, it simply means that the reason why you haven't been able to control it is not because you can't. It's simply because you are unaware of the different aspects of this, the things that are motivating you, the pain that you're experiencing, the source of your stress, the source of your limiting beliefs. You simply do not have the lens to see that. And we teach you how to do that. You already have every faculty necessary to do that. Now, while I'm good at teaching you how to do that, I'm not really great at explaining the deep concepts behind that, and giving you, like, let's say, some great stories, metaphors, and analogy. The expert on that is right here with us, and that's Milan. So, Milan, let's start off with what is awareness?
Now, basically, it's the knowledge and understanding that something is happening. Yeah, self-awareness is ability to think about our thoughts, to think about our emotions and feelings, to have feelings about our feelings, and also maybe options about our options, and even reasons about the reasons we have already. Reasons why we take some actions and why we make some choices. It's our ability to focus on our actions, intentions, things we do, and with all our emotions. And with that, we can discover if they are aligned with our kind of internal standards, moral or ethical in some way. And they are basically two types of awareness. There's one public self-awareness, being able to understand and focus on how we appear to others. And there is private self-awareness, when we are able to reflect on our internal states.
Okay, so there, you said there are two types, whereas we have the ability to be aware of others, and there's one where we're able to monitor our own internal states.
Yes, our internal state and how we appear to others.
Guys, excuse the change in video quality on my side. Now it looks like I'm recording this from a potato. I know it looked really good before. So we had to cut because my camera overheated. But the question I was going to ask Milan next was, why is self-awareness so important?
When we have self-awareness, that gives us insight in our beliefs, in our values, habits, choices that we are making, and that in return gives us knowledge. Once we have that knowledge, we know what we need to do. We know what kind of changes we need to make. We know the direction we have to go in order to make progress and be successful. When we have self-awareness, we can recognize our strengths, our weaknesses, and that in return, that kind of knowledge allows us to set goals that are realistic and achievable. So when we do that, we are much more capable in creating what we would like to have in our life.
Okay, excellent. It reminds me, Milan, of for those of you who are watching, a few weeks ago, there was a brother in our group who, and I shot a video on this, who showed up and said that he has a problem. Well, he didn't say he has a problem. He said that he was watching a lot of live cam sex, And curiously enough, his question was about, he was like, it wasn't about how do I stop watching live cam sex. It was, how do I become like one of those guys who is having sex with a beautiful woman like that? Because he says when he watches, he's like, when I watch that, I feel very jealous. I feel like, wow, this guy is just having sex with this hot girl all the time. Why can't I have that in my life? And that was, he was like, so how do I go about doing that? And my thing to him was, well, there's nothing wrong with desiring that. However, your problem is that you're addicted to watching this. And you don't realize that there are many things you're projecting, you're not thinking about. You're not thinking about, is this guy's life, this guy who's amateur porn with his girlfriend, is his life an ideal life? Are they happy? Like, what are their motivations for doing this? Are they able to bond with other people and be intimate? You're not thinking about any of those things. You're only thinking about what it would be like to be that guy. And his response is the interesting part, Milan, was that he was like, "That's just like a useless. I don't know why you're saying stuff like that. My question was, how do I get a girl like that? It wasn't about anything to be about being addicted to pornography." And a lot of brothers in our group responded to him, but everybody was talking about the same thing you're talking about, Milan. I think you're expressing it better, but all of them were trying to make him see that because of his lack of self-awareness, he wasn't aware that that was not the most appropriate thing to bring up in the group, and that was not the goal he should be focusing on. I think that's one of the reasons why coaching is so important, because when you speak to someone like myself or Milan, we help you improve your self-awareness, and you begin to realize, like, oh my God, like, I thought I knew what I was doing. I was very confident in it, but I'm not getting the results that I want, right? So Milan, thank you for kind of explaining the importance of self-awareness. That's just what it reminded me of. But um, like for a brother like that, or anybody who's struggling with the out of control behavior, how do we begin to become self-aware?
Well, one of the basic approaches to becoming more self-aware is, of course, journaling, writing down your thoughts, your emotions, your plans, basically having to-do list. And once you start writing down things, you are able to track your progress to time to see what works and what doesn't work for you. So that is one basic step that everybody can take. Just write down how they feel, what they think about, what is mostly in their mind, what kind of thoughts and what kind of emotions they have inside. Another way, which is perhaps better and perhaps even more easier, is meditation.
Mm,
So when people meditate, when they are being mindful about what they're doing and what they're thinking, what they're feeling, that helps them raise their awareness to a specific degree. And the more they practice, the more they will have self-awareness. One of very easy exercise close to meditation is basically thinking about three things. So when you start to be aware, you can
mm,
think about three things you can feel, the sensation you can feel with your body. For example, you can focus how your feet feel on the ground, your back at the back of your chair, and the position of your hands. So you notice these three things and you hold them in your mind. And then you add three things that you can hear. So right
okay.
now, I can hear the sound of my voice, I can hear my computer working, and I can hear my air conditioning, for example. So I hold now six things, six information that coming from my senses in my presence. And after that, I add a visual aspect. So three things I can see. So what is in front of me, then maybe my peripheral vision, I can become aware of the walls and the ceiling above me. And I can also become aware of the distance between me and this window behind me. So once I'm holding 3 things that I feel, 3 things that I hear, and 3 things that I can see, externally or internally, that will increase my awareness and my presence in this moment. We are becoming aware of this moment right now. So it helps us become mindful, because we are able to think about 5 informations plus or minus 2 in each second. So when we occupy our mind with these kind of things, we are becoming mindful, present in this moment. So it's very easy exercise. Just need to remember 3 things you feel, 3 things you hear, and 3 things you can see. Call them all together at the same time, and you will notice your awareness being absolutely amazing in this moment.
Dude, that is such a cool exercise, Milan. I'm excited about it. So 3 things, few things you can hear, you can see, and you can feel.
Exactly.
Okay. And how long should we, like, how often should an exercise like this? And the reason why I'm picking this exercise specifically is that a lot of brothers have heard about journaling, right? A lot of them have heard about meditation, and usually the objection will naturally come up, well, I journal all the time, or yeah, meditation is not my thing. But it's these exercises that the brothers in the program really love to get from Milan. So let's say somebody was doing this. How often would you recommend that this is done? This is a habit you just train yourself to, like, in a moment you're like, okay, I'm going to try and be more self-aware. Do we do that when maybe we are in a particular emotional situation where we are triggered and we're just like, I feel like I'm losing control? Or do you just do this at a scheduled time every day?
Well, for the beginning, you can do it only once. I guarantee you will be hooked, because it will give you such a powerful state of mind, powerful state of presence, which is also known as a learning state. When in this kind of state, completely aware of your senses, what you feel, hear, and see, the main senses, when you are focusing on that, your mind actually expands, and you are able to learn much quicker, to see things that you would not normally see. Once you feel that emotion, once you feel that peace, because other things are not going to be able to be present in a moment, for example, concerning thoughts, doubtful thoughts, and so on. So you will definitely choose this feeling for yourself after one time. And of course, a suggestion is to go into this kind of state of mind when something is bothering you. If you have troubling thoughts, yes, in order to free yourself from them, refocus on what you feel, what you hear, and what you see. There will be no space for those concerning thoughts, and you can, when you achieve state of kind of peace and relaxation, the learning state, in that state you can invite that thought back, something that is concern you, of your concern, and actually create a solution for that concern.
Wow. So this can be done in a very intentional way to put ourselves in an optimal state for dealing with problems that we may not even be facing in the moment.
Exactly. It can actually, with enough practice, you can literally dissolve a problem. It can disappear. It is similar to feeling of letting go of negative emotion or whatever is holding you back. It's that powerful.
It's, Milan, I'm constantly amazed each time I speak with you. I'm reminded of the power of our mind. It's just amazing, some of the things that we can accomplish if we really harness it. So this is really cool stuff, man. Well, for guys who, let's say, they start working on improving their self-awareness, what are some of the benefits? Like, what are some of the things that a brother who's ending his out of control behavior, who focuses on self-awareness, can expect?
Well, when we are self-aware, that will definitely keep us in the present moment. So it will affect our emotional intelligence. It will affect our empathy. It will improve our listening skills, because when we are present in the moment, we are not stuck in our head. We are more on the outside. We are observing what is happening on the outside. That's the three things that we are able to see. And of course, that can happen in this. And when we have that, we are able to improve our critical thinking, also decision making. The more we improve these kind of things, that will give us power to influence our outcomes. And when we have power to influence outcomes, that in return gives us more self-confidence. And with self-confidence, we have better communication, we have more clarity and more positive intentions behind things we do.
Dude, it sounds like self-awareness it almost sounds like it's the cure of for everything.
Yeah, we have so many superpowers. Yeah.
Yeah. That is just so amazing. I think we walk around wishing, that we had all these other powers. We walk around wishing that we could live longer. We walk around wishing that we could be wealthier. We walk around wishing we could look a different way. And the crazy thing is that we've been blessed with this faculty that can actually do all of those things. And I think once we realize how much of that we can harness, we realize that all those other things you're wishing for, like we can get all of them. That's the truth. I mean, it sounds crazy to say, but you can get literally almost anything you desire through the power of your mind.
Yes, the more we are aware, well, that inspires that feeling of oneness, that we are connected to everything and anyone around us. And when we are connected to all of these things, it's within our reach. We can have what we want, and we can be with who we'd like to be with.
That's absolutely amazing. I personally can speak and attest to the power of self-awareness at this point in my reboots. That's the thing I'm working on. I meditate for 2 hours a day, and um, I wouldn't say it's fun. I would say it's just a practice. But for anybody who is watching this, I highly recommend meditation. I know we skimmed over it to focus on the exercise. Milan is a meditator as well. But there are so many states of mind that you can access. And I would say states of awareness that you can access when you meditate, including what Milan had mentioned about sometimes glimpses, and sometimes for extended periods of time, you will stay in a state of connectedness with everybody else around you, which allows you to understand that you're not like an individual walking through this planet. Yet, sure, you're having your own experience, the physical body is, and I'm not trying to get woo or spiritual, but then you realize that your conscious mind is literally it's the same thing. It's like we're all using the same engine that is connected, and a little bit of it is given to everybody. And then you start realizing that, oh, okay, these people experience the same fears, the same pain, the things they accomplish. I'm also able to accomplish it to the limits of my physical body. Um, and all of this actually comes from increased self-awareness.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Powerful
So
stuff.
yeah, it is. It is amazing stuff. We could sit here and talk about it forever, but that is the time we have. Both of us are very busy. We have to hop on and work with our other clients. But gentlemen, first of all, Milan, thank you so much
Thank you.
for making the time in your schedule to join and share with us today on self-awareness. For those of you who are maybe just catching this video or this recording for the first time, I highly recommend that you go back and kind of listen to some of the other sessions that we've had with Milan. He shared a lot of his expertise with us. There is so much that you can learn from this. And if you're intrigued and you're like, you know what, I would like to learn some of this firsthand. Yeah, I can apply this on my own, but I am the type of person who likes to be personally guided through the process. I'm the type of person who um, I need to speak with you and see you face to face on Zoom, then you might want to consider finding out if you are a good fit for one of our programs. Now, Milan does work with our clients one on one privately in the intensive program, and he does do group sessions on Zoom in our implementation program. So all you need to do is click on the link in the description below or above this video and schedule a call with one of our reboot strategists. There's no obligation. It's just to have a chat with them to see if it's a good fit. And if it isn't, it's fine. We're going to keep putting out this wonderful content for you to benefit from. All right. So Milan, thank you again. Brothers, thank you for taking the time to watch us, and we'll see you next week.